I had to get up out of my way and tell myself, girl, we already vowed that we're taking care of this hair. So it's time for wash day, because knowing me, I will let this keep going on and on and on and on and on. No, let's go. So I'm just letting my hair I was forced into this. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. A goal that I'm really trying to put into play is to be more gentle with my hair. Even though it's thick and tangles a lot and whatever, like, I just need to be gentle with every step of the way. There's this person from a while ago who used to come into my old job, and he was just like that he just reminded you of like a shade room black man, but as a person. The shade room as a person. You know, he would just always come in with his contradictory and, you know, wild ideals, and how I support Trump, or why is this, or why is this, and you know, that shit it still pisses me off, and it used to piss me off. But there's one thing he said, and I used to just be so anti it, but I for the longest time, and also my environment that I was around at the time, I was just surrounded by people who would not acknowledge the difficulties of being a person of color and being a woman. So I was just always surrounded by men men who act like they act. And I didn't have much sisterhood. That's kind of something that I've lacked my entire life, but I'll get back to that. So, you know, it was just always controversial things when I was always trying to like show them other ways, like, okay, like you guys see it from this way, but coming from a woman's point of view, or coming from, you know, my point of view. Like, I always just wanted to, no matter who they are, but I always just want to show like my point of view, to show people that things are not always black and white, and some things, like, you know, like they just need to have another perspective. Like, even though they were the way they were, like, I will always listen. I'll always listen to people, and like, I just want to know why people think the way they think. And I'm also a Scorpio placement, so I'm like, tell me your entire life story. But people do, and I don't even be asking. But anyways, yeah. So he was like, I was just expressing to him like, well, I mean, there's a lot of things that I can't really do in America, being a black woman. And then he would just be like, why not? Like, yes, you can. You could do whatever you want, you know? And I'm just like, no, like, there's still limitations because of prejudiceness and stuff like that. But like, that was like one thing that he got me on. Because yes, I'm going to have limitations or people fighting against me, but that's been my whole life anyways. So why let that stop me and keep complaining instead of trying while getting rejected? You know, I'm letting myself be rejected into not trying, when I could just let myself be rejected because I'm constantly trying and fighting for my voice to be heard, and for a place, and, you know, for advocacy for myself and people like me. So like, that was something, you know, and it's crazy because it took me a while. He told me this like maybe 3 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. I haven't worked there in a long time. And you know, it took this month for me to like really look back at that, like, wow, like, I can. And it's not even just because it's like, oh, well, I can, you know, I can do whatever. I see people who look like me doing that. So why do I keep being afraid and making myself small and telling myself like, well, I'm fearing things that I'm not even feeling yet. Like, you know, of course I've dealt with like prejudiceness and racism and, you know, sexism and all that whole life. But like, I'm using past experiences and other people's experiences that I listen to online or read about as my own, which is sometimes like I can't help it. Sometimes I have to like step outside of my brain because that empathy thing can really be tough. I'll be pissed at a fictional book just because of it's just, you know, yeah. But yeah, and it's just realizing like there's always going to be obstacles, whether it's racism, sexism, capitalism, you know, no matter what, hair type, hair texture, colorism, you know, there's always going to be something. And that doesn't stop legendary people in the world. And I'm a person who, one thing about me, no matter what, that's why I've lost a lot of friends and certain things like that. If something seems off or something's just not right, I'm always going to speak on it, and I don't care like who I make uncomfortable in the room. And I just need to use that, but fight for myself, not just, you know, fight or advocate for things I believe in or other things like that. I need to be doing that for myself. And I really can do anything and everything. And you know, I've even proved that to myself. There's stuff that I've done that I'm just like, I'll look back at memories like, I did that. I just stopped for my own personal reasons or for my own fears, but I was doing it and I do that, you know? So it's like stepping into that without running and hiding. I always start things and don't finish. Or I'll be fearful or be like, I'm not good enough, or I don't want to do it anymore, or I'm interested in something else. No, I can't keep doing that. I can't keep running from myself, running from the fear of success. I'm used to the rejection, but like, what about acceptance? You know, like, yeah, so that's just where I feel like I've been kind of in limbo with that, but I'm fighting it every day, you know, even just having this camera on and making myself get up from on that couch to do this, fighting myself back. So like when it comes to different relationships and people in my life, like everything has just always felt like things will be and then they weren't, you know, or I was just a person that was there for a season for people, or there to trigger people to grow, or, you know, be there during everyone else's big moments. So I've always just had issues with feeling a part of something and feeling like cared for and a part of a community and a part of like relationships with friendships and people and stuff. I was always just needed, not wanted. I was useful, you know, and it traveled, and it just kept traveling as I got older between my siblings, you know, my mom, friends. It just always felt like I was just useful. So then I got to the point where I just would only be acts of service for people and do things I didn't want to do, to just feel something and to be a part, because that seemed like the only way that I could be loved or cared for or a part of anyone's, you know, thing. And I just got tired of it, and I just kind of did a super lash out, and it was needed. So now, yeah, I feel, you know, lonely sometimes, or still feel like, okay, I'm here, but I don't really feel a part of things, you know. But I know there are people who care in their ways and stuff. But I know one day I will find my true, like, tribe or community that I 100%, like, I feel like I am in this, you know. I am supported, We have similar views. Even if we don't have similar, like, similar views to a certain extent, like when it comes to like basic morals and human rights, like similar views. We don't have to like the same shit. Most of the friends I have, like, we don't really have that much. We have things in common, but like, we doing our own shit for real. But, you know, it's just the time taken out for each other, appreciated. Yeah, so like, I've just been more detached when it comes to, not in a bad way these days, you know. I crave things, but I am more optimistic and more grateful for what I do have. Nothing's gonna be perfect, and that doesn't mean that I won't meet the people who will finish my sentences. You know, life is short and it can end any moment, but also life can be long, and there's always something. There's always patience. I will experience things that I'm supposed to. Because nothing is ever truly ours. Nothing is forever. But I will be able to experience the experiences and the people that will help me get closer to being, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to really say. Because it's not like people to make me whole, but people to be in my life, to exist together and learn something from and teach things to, while also choosing to share love and space and push me to be more whole within myself and vice versa. But yeah, shampoo. But here's my dilemma. Here's my dilemma. Which is why, this is the main reason why I don't like wash day. Because I don't like sitting in the shower for 20,000 hours, shampooing, conditioning, detangling, blah, blah. So I usually try to shampoo outside of the shower and be bending down like this and all uncomfortable. So then when I get in the shower, it's just me rinsing out the deep conditioner. But like, I'm doing all that, like, girl, just wash your hair over the damn tub. This and this. Come on. I'm about to twist my hair. This is how my hair is looking. So I just took out my brand new Tangle Teaser fresh out the box. My other one, she's been holding me down for like 3 years. It was time. This. And I'm about to twist my hair. Finished my twists, they're chunky. And this is like my first time having heat damage that like my texture is different and it's just not as kinky and thick as it usually is. And as you can tell, like, so I'm just gonna go to bed and we'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow.